Kobbie Mainoo is living the dream right now. Fresh off undergoing a breakout campaign for Man United at Old Trafford this season, he's starting to become a problem. The stars have aligned. This guy is only still 18, a Carrington Academy product who's outperforming seasoned veterans with ease. Recently earning himself a senior England call-up and 2 caps under his belt, he's showing signs of becoming a generational talent, and EA agree, gifting him 86 potential. So today it's my mission to make him the GOAT for club and country. I'm talking prestigious titles, World Cups, Premier Leagues, Ballon d'Ors, getting into the team of the year. The sky's the limit, people. We've got his face scan applied in-game thanks to PC mods, and my main aim is just to launch him into club legend status for Man United, a cult hero that not even rival fans can hate. He's been a rare shining light for the Red Devils in what has been an up and down, disappointing campaign so far. The number 37 is an exciting prospect, and right now he still only has a sporadic squad role, which has changed drastically in real life. We all know he's a certified baller. He can do it at the top level. He's completely skipped youth international football. He's cool, calm, collected on the ball. He's cold. He's got some decent, actual, consistent stats to boast about. Already in the locker physically, he is up there with the best. 84 balance, 75 composure for a teenager is insane, and already equipping 3 play styles with the long ball pass, press proven, and Trivela. I haven't really done a center mid / CDM playthrough or career sim on the channel before, but this guy, I'm thinking he's more of a box-to-box midfielder. I just want to convert him to a straight-out center mid to start off season 1. It's only going to take 9 weeks. He's already got high work rates, 3-star skills, 3-star weak foot. Definitely do need some attention. However, he just slots in ever so nicely next to Casemiro in the midfield. He's got the old wise teacher to help him through his first professional season. He's been consistent, he's been reliable, and that's what United need right now. For us, we're going to take him to that next level and hopefully propel him into football superstardom. I think in FC 25, I reckon he might be pushing that 90 potential next year. He is going to be one of the serious ballers in this game. Trust me, it's the England, Man United, Premier League bias. EA, I know how they operate. You heard it here first, guys, trust me. Not even 3 months into the simulation, and he is now a fully fledged center midfielder, which I'm going to apply for box-to-box for the rest of the season. Maybe even central midfield, because we all know he's got the techers. Going to be playing around with his training and development plans to try create him and mold him into the complete player. Lads, if you haven't already, drop the video a like down below and hit that subscribe button, because I'm trying to get the channel up to 150k subscribers before I leave for my Europe trip next month, so all your help would be much appreciated. We're starting the proceedings off pretty realistically here as Manchester United finish in 7th, Kobbie's first season as a professional, as Liverpool finish as the champions in Klopp's farewell season, Aston Villa runners-up, Arsenal and Man City to make up the top 4. No Carabao Cup or FA Cup eliminated in damn round 3 to Spurs 1-0, so that's never a good sign. And over in the Carabao, Mainoo's United knocked out against Preston in the quarterfinals 2-1, and over in the Champions League, it was just like real life where they were relegated down to the Europa League after finishing on 10 points, and they couldn't even make it through to the Europa League final as they were eliminated to Union Saint-Gilles. That one Belgian side knocking them out 4-3 on aggregate. And over in the Euros, I don't think Kobbie's getting a call up this early on in his career. Despite what's going down in real life, that's just not how it works here in FC 24, unfortunately. But the 3 Lions got drawn into Group A alongside Germany, Northern Ireland, and Ireland. So a very interesting group. Ain't no way, bro. It's like Southgate wants to lose the Euros. How are they lining up with that first team? It looks like the bar isn't set too high for Kobbie, but even with his sporadic role, he is still an exciting prospect. He's unhappy with his contract, which I might have to sort out. But the number 37 grew a +3, turned 19, and turns around 2 goals and 5 assists in 14 appearances, most likely off the bench. He's in good form. He's got those 5-star skill moves on the central midfielder development plan. And now it's time to switch things up for season 2. I want to focus on that weak foot and shift him on over to the Carrilero training plan. Financially, we got to sort the kid out with a brand new deal. It's getting ridiculous. 7.5k a week will give him a nice hefty little pay raise. 2-year extension, disregard the release clause, and finally, the Carrington Youth Academy product will be staying here at Old Trafford for the time being. It's his first campaign. We've all got to start somewhere in our careers, so let's hope when Season 2 comes around, he gets a little bit more first team involvement, and we can really start to get the wheels turning. And surprise, surprise, England didn't win the Euros. It ain't coming home without Kobbie in the team, and Julian Nagelsmann's Germany winning it on home soil, and not one England player got in the team of the tournament. So that's just the tip of the iceberg. They're going to need the future GOAT if they want it to come home. We've had to pull a few strings in the background to ensure that he gets some first team game time this season, and more than 14 damn appearances. So like it seems to be every summer, it has been a busy transfer window at Old Trafford. And I want the boy to be as involved as possible. We've got him on a couple of set piece duties. We're probably going to have to wait a little bit to get him on free kicks, because a 41 free kick accuracy isn't going to cut it at this level. And for the second year in a row, Kobbie Mainoo loses out on the Young Player of the Year award. I think it's going to go to Cabrazi from Barcelona. No, it's Marc Guéhi. He takes home the Young Player of the Year award, and Ballon d'Or winner goes to Kylian Mbappe. That's the target. That's the main goal. But first, we got to secure one of these Young Player of the Year awards, and I've got no idea how. Kobbie, mate, we've got to start picking up the pace. New season, new kits, new sponsors, and hopefully, fingers crossed, a new result on the Premier League table. United, the Red Devils, are back in European competition, qualifying for the Champions League with 73 points. Both rivals, Liverpool and Man City, finishing above them, but they're back where they need to be. And it's positive signs for Kobbie's future at United. Over in the FA Cup, it was Luton Town to take it home at Wembley against Middlesbrough, but another early elimination in a round 4 replay to Preston. Over in the Carabao, it was Spurs to fumble against Everton, and again, United just hate these cup runs. They don't want to be a part of them. They show no interest in beating Burton Albion away as they lost out 2-1 on penalties. Like, come on. With no European competition in sight, they weren't even in the Conference League. Kobbie gets a full pre-season, a full rested off season to recharge and prepare himself for Champions League football and everything that Season 3 throws at him. As we've seen his biggest growth yet. In his sophomore year at the club, he is still showing great potential, turned 20 and increased to +6 overall, boosted up to a 79 rating, and he's closing in on that 80 overall mark. 43 appearances this time, 5 goals and 6 assists, 11 goal contributions, and he managed to grab so many more minutes under his belt with the new Snapdragon sponsorship. The new kit, the long sleeves are looking absolutely cold on the boy. Picture perfect season now with 5-star skills, 5-star weak foot, and the Carriero development plan worked an absolute treat. Let's hope that propels him into even more success in Season 3. Now, due to unforeseen circumstances, we've had a little bit of a Season 3 shake-up because one of Kobbie's main mentors in the middle, his partner in crime, Casemiro, has dogged the boys and moved to Liverpool. So they're on a free transfer as well. The Brazilian chose his battle and is now moved to Merseyside. So that means we had to go hunting for Kobbie's brand new midfield partner, and we've landed on the young Belgian hotshot Arthur Vermeeren. We needed a brand new CDM, someone that could sit right in front of the defense and make sure Kobbie can go up and down the pitch, bomb up and down like a box-to-box midfielder and have that attacking creative freedom. Meanwhile, Arthur is going to be locking it down at the back. I'm not going to lie, he looks like that evil kid next door from Toy Story 1. He's got the skinhead cut and form a brand new midfield partnership, a dynasty for years to come. And 2025's Ballon d'Or sees the other side of the city, the blue side's boy Haaland, take it home. And the only award that Kobbie really has a shot in is the Young Player of the Year award. And again, another Barcelona product, or just a wonder kid they have in their ranks, Vitor Roque, the Brazilian striker. I swear the Barca bias is real. Always, no matter what, I see Barcelona players win that Young Player of the Year award. Now hear me out, at the end of Season 3, Mainoo has 3 trophies all up for grabs. On the final day of the Premier League, it comes down to a home game versus West Ham to see if they can best out Arsenal and Spurs to the title. Over in the FA Cup, it's a Manchester derby, a replay of 2023's final, and the Holy Grail, yes, it is up for grabs against BVB in the final, and maybe Casemiro was the problem after all. But first, we've got to take it one competition at a time, and surely Premier League at Old Trafford to lift it up for the first time in his career. All they needed was a draw, and it was a 2-1 win. The RB and Rashford on the score sheet to get the 3 points. He managed to sneak in a 7.1 average match rating. I should have probably made him the captain so he could lift it, but boy, the trophy does look good in red and black ribbons. And the Premier League Player of the Season, it goes to Ollie Watkins. Yeah, the strikers, the attackers always win the individual awards, so it's going to be hard to break through. Now, with the treble on the line up against City, looking for some 2023 revenge, it's the derby at Wembley for silverware. And these are the big games. These are the big moments. This is where he needs to step up and show his class, show his worth. And oh, it's a heartbreaking extra time L. After they were only seconds away from winning it, Haaland scored an equalizer in the 89th, and then Bernardo Silva in the 93rd. Extra time, they couldn't find it, couldn't do it. However, it is literally written in the stars. After they took down Bayern in the semis 5-3, in the quarters they eliminated the Galacticos, back-to-back champions 5-4 on aggregate, and another 5-4 aggregate scoreline against the other side of Madrid. So they love scoring, they also love conceding. So it looks like this one is going to be a goal fest tonight. Can Mainoo get in on the action? Here we go. We got a full house at home. It would be an embarrassment, kind of like Bayern Munich in 2012 if we lost it out on our own patch. Balde inside to Bruno, who sees Diaby. I thought he was offside, and it's Moussa Diaby in the 17th minute to open the scoring here at home. Kobbie didn't really have much to do with it, but it's a beautiful build-up team goal, and it breaks the deadlock, giving them that crucial lead. Kobbie now is on the ball. He's getting involved. Over to Diaby. Mainoo's free. And now Mainoo on the edge of the area, cuts it back to Diaby, and that is a Champions League final assist for the boy. He is turning up in the big game. Diaby with a double. He's stealing the show, but Mainoo set up the double, the number 37 laying it off. Man, he's bloody 21 years old with the composure of a veteran. We've had Diaby, who's on a hat-trick. He cuts back inside. Mainoo's there in the clear, and it's three quick fire goals in quick succession before half-time, and United look to be running away with things here. The Red Devils are prevailing. Dortmund's defense is completely non-existent. It's a clinical strike from Bruno, a captain's goal. Oh no, Dortmund might peg one back here. And okay, I told you it was going to be goals galore, and both defenses collapsing at the seams. It is Karim Adeyemi. You're 3-1 down, and you're going straight to the United fans pointing to your number. Get a grip. Holds the ball up nicely as Mainoo driving the play forward and orchestrating this attack. It's a 1-2 with Diaby, offloads to Rashford, and surely that seals it. It's his second assist of the night so far, and big boy Marcus Rashford, Mr. Manchester himself, has slotted home the fourth. And this is going to be a night to remember, and a night where Mainoo announces himself on the world stage, if he hadn't already. Rashford takes it down well, and from one United Academy player to the other, he loves this little relationship with Mainoo, and he could get a third assist. Kobbie is running the show right now. United's main playmaker, and it's a fifth in the Champions League final. They're running riots. And the two homegrown English talents combine for another magisterial Champions League final goal. And I can't believe it, but a hat-trick of assists. And that's all she wrote. A 7-goal epic, and Old Trafford erupts. Kobbie not on the score sheet, but definitely instrumental in how those 5 goals were scored. But right now, the number 37, he's a key cog in the machine, and it would have been even sweeter if it was to secure the treble, but it wasn't to be. For now, they're English champions, European champions. Mainoo looks happy as ever, and the trophy comes back to the red side of Manchester for the first time since 2008. He's got his Adidas sponsored gloves on too, so you already know he's never going to drop that trophy. And the trophy bus parade too. It's even better with the realism mod custom banners and flags in the background, little Easter eggs hidden throughout on the apartment buildings, on the balconies. It's all popping off. It's all going on in the streets of Manchester, and I'm sure they're going to be building Kobbie a statue outside Old Trafford very soon. What was he able to cook up in Season 2? Did he break through to the 80s? And you bet he did. Mr. Mainoo now 21. His potential status has been upgraded from showing great potential to an exciting prospect, so that's promising. The Englishman grew a +4, now standing at an 83 overall. Nevertheless, he had much more of a first-team role to play this time around, with his most minutes ever. His most appearances, 58 games, 6 goals and 10 assists. His best production and his best goal involvements, best everything basically. More trophies, more awards, and 16 goal contributions to put that icing on top of the Season 3 cake. Slowly growing into a pivotal, instrumental figure. And taking an overview of his attributes, his highest stat right now is ball control and stamina, both sitting at a 91. No maxed out stats to report on yet, and it looks like his midfield partner, the duo, is moving in tandem, and the Belgian is right on the same wavelength. I just think that number 37 is too iconic. I don't want to change it. Like, you see the number 37 and you know it's him straight away. It was a Champions League final performance that the streets will never forget, and for season 4, I want to shake things up a little bit. And I didn't even clock it, but his good performances have been rewarded with a call-up to the national team for the 2026 World Cup. And now Gareth Southgate's finally opened his eyes with a midfield combination of Bellingham, John Stones, and Kobbie. I don't know if I see the vision yet, Gareth, but I'm open to exploring what England have got on offer here. You're looking at potentially a side that could challenge for the world title. Now, did the Three Lions take it home? And no, over in America, it was Spain to retain their world title from 2010. In the official standings, they were drawn into Group D, where they topped it against Ghana, Denmark, and Finland. You expected them to get out the group. They did that. And in the round of 16, copped a 1-0 loss to Denmark. So that was disappointing. It is typical England, fumbling the bag and not performing when it really mattered. As España got a 1-0 win over Argentina in the big dance. You hate to see it, but now that he's back from international duty, what I wanted to change up initially, I want him to get him on a brand new development plan. Now I want to train up Kobbie on a box-to-box midfielder training with finishing, attack positioning being worked on, both sprint speed and acceleration, which I felt like he was lacking in the Champions League final. So he's going to be even scarier once he works on all those areas of his game. You know what? We got to see the future generational GOAT take the captain's armband from Bruno. I think it's time. He's 21, but he's moving mature. Now, what does this kid have to do to win the Young Player of the Year award? Like, find the cure to cancer or something? Because in 2026, it goes to Bayern's Ibrahimovic, who's currently playing for my boys Frosinone in real life. He might just be too old to win it now. He's over 21. Ibrahimovic is 20. And I think that award right now is just a little bit too much of a pipe dream, as it was his teammate Rasmus Højlund to win the Ballon d'Or. There you go. 4 different Ballon d'Or winners in the space of this entire simulation so far. However, for the time being, Kobbie's just not getting the recognition he deserves right now. Now, after almost half a decade, damn, that was an abysmal defense for the title, as it was Man City to finish on top with only 1 loss all season, 93 points, but the Red Devils finishing up with 66, just narrowly missing out on Champions League qualification. And boy, oh boy, where did it all go wrong? That is a major drop-off, and something I did not see coming. However, they did launch the season in a positive note with the Community Shield win over City on pens. And then over in the FA Cup, they did a cheeky domestic double, 3-1 against City at Wembley after a 2-0 elimination to Liverpool in the quarters. The UEFA Super Cup saw them lose out to Aston Villa 2-1, so another piece of silverware up for grabs, but they just fumbled. And then the Champions League, Barca took down Napoli 2-1 in a little bit of a Maradona derby there, but United finished the group on top, 0 losses, and then over in the round of 16, got shafted there, drawing Madrid after finishing first, but it is what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, lads, this was a shock to the system. This team massively underperformed, and I don't know why. This was just an embarrassing season, to say the least, and you can see how I can't even look at any of the growth or no numbers or upgrades appear, because I just kept getting sacked every week, got the job offer again, rehired myself, and then got sacked only a couple days later. So I just kept on doing that cycle. The mods can't even save me right now, so it's a struggle just to simulate through 1 week. But Kobbie's now up to an 87. I believe that's a +3. He's happy with his contract, now 22, no potential status, but he is on the verge for the first season being the captain. Not the best way to mark your club captaincy status. You have to take the W's and the L's as they come, with 51 appearances, 3 goals and 14 assists. Really crept into his playmaking bag, alongside his Belgian compatriot Arthur in the midfield, both tied on 14, but Mainoo's got that little bit of goal scoring instinct about him, and in all competitions, 17 goal contributions. That box-to-box training development plan got him up to 94 stamina and 96 ball control, and now boasts a transfer market value of £85 million. The kid is still well and truly on the come up, but is it time for a change maybe? I don't know. Who knows who could be circling around, but this is what I've had to deal with about 15 times in a row, just trying to simulate to the end of the season. I get rehired again, and then I'll get sacked. We are in the trenches here, people. I'm just trying to get through to season 5. Now I know how you console boys feel, man. This is an absolute nightmare. Oh my god, it's happened again. Yeah, boys, I can't survive, man. This is just unbearable. I can't do it. I'm gonna put him on the transfer list and just see what kind of offers we get. I know it's sacrilege. I know he is bound to be a United legend, but if the board want me out this bad, then so be it. Oh my god, as soon as we got a transfer offer for Mainoo, we get sacked, bro. I can't keep going like this. I can't keep trying to backtrack and rehire myself. Let's see who offered in for Mainoo. Oh, it's deleted because I got sacked. Here we go. Mainoo Oh no, it's Arsenal. It's Arsenal and Spurs. How have both North London clubs bid in? Nah, I can't. No, there's no way he's going to a Premier League side. That would just tarnish his legacy. Now, this could be a ticket out of this managerial trap here at United. We have a transfer offer. It's coming from Barcelona. With all their financial issues, they've somehow managed to cough up £104.5 million. They've put the bid in, and at this rate, I just want to get out of here. I don't care who. We are struggling out here on these streets. At least he got to finish up his United career on a high, winning in another Manchester derby in a Community Shield, 4-1 on penalties. Bro, they're angry at me for last season, and they just fire me after every game. Effort we ball. I'm just going to move to Barcelona myself and get the deal done on my terms. Our boy Kobbie's jumped ship, packed his bags for Spain, and is going to continue his footballing legacy here at Barcelona at the Camp Nou, linking up with his old boss that gave him a start, Ten Hag at the helm. It might be a move that'll ruffle feathers and get the United fans pissed, but just like how they lost CR7 in 2009 to Real Madrid, this time it is Kobbie getting the number 22 at Barca, and we need that Barca bias on our side, especially for the individual awards like the Young Player of the Year, the Ballon d'Or. It always helps being at a bigger club. Let's see what kind of team he's working with here. Who is he linking up with in the middle of the park? It's a little bit of a similar formation and system with that 4-3-3. Right now, it looks like they have a decent squad depth, a lot of squad quality to play with, and they look like they're competitive to win all the major titles. Despite him stanking United and despite the circumstances, let's go playmaker, because he loves getting an assist here and there, and I want to improve some of the weakest areas of his game, like free kick accuracy and long shots. I want him to be a deadly finisher from outside the box and have multi-facets to his game and make a good first impression here in La Liga. Now, I don't know what lengths we have to go to sacrifice the Ballon d'Or dream just to be an out-and-out centre midfielder, but here in 2027, the Young Player of the Year award, it goes to another one of these Bayern wonder kids, and this time it's Vladan Cech, who I believe is probably a regen. Nevertheless, Ballon d'Or winner, and it's Haaland to rub even more salt into that Manchester United wound. Maybe he just needs to grow a ponytail, have a man bun, and you might win an award, Kobbie. The Englishman's first season in Spain is all but done and dusted. Couldn't become a La Liga champion with a 6-point gap to Real Madrid at the top. Kept pace with them, but they would just had a little bit too much. Over in the other competitions, he did manage to take home a Super Copa. That looks like a beautiful trophy by that photo. And then over in the Copa de España, it was a Madrid derby where Real won on penalties, and Kobbie's Barca losing out in the quarters 2-1 to the eventual finalist Atleti. As this definitely happened before Kobbie got here. It was a loss to Spurs in the Super Cup final. You know, though, in the trenches, if they're losing titles to Spurs, nonetheless, over in the Champions League, they managed to top Group H with 16 points, and then another round of 16 capitulation by Mainoo with a 3-4 loss to BVB. They ended up making the final, losing out 1-0 to Man City, so Kobbie's just catching strays all over. But he has the chance to redeem himself in this upcoming 2028 Euros. His first time at a European Championship, and he's been drawn into the group of death, so it's going to be on hard mode with both France, Romania, and Portugal in Group B. Let's hope he can make it out of there, because the Three Lions are thirsting for some silverware. And there's your confirmation of his first team call-up by Southgate. I doubt he's even going to be managing England after this 2024 Euros, but, you know, he's still managing them in the game, so that's who he's got to perform for, as he's climbed up to being the second best outfield player at the club. At only 23 years of age, him and Pedri are like the young guns of the midfield that are already at that world-class elite level. He's now considered one of the world's best at 23, and that +3 broke him into that 90s range. The first time in his career, he was able to hit double digits in both goals and assists, coming in only behind a 92 rated Pedri, but 24 goal contributions, 10 goals, 14 assists in 47 appearances. A decent maiden campaign at the Camp Nou, and that playmaker development plan has improved his stamina up to 98. Nothing's maxed out as of yet, as his transfer market value has hit peak levels, £125 million, and he is no doubt a top shelf asset. And it's like 2010-2012 Spain all over again. They're asserting their dominance on the international scene. They're looking like an unstoppable force right now, as they took down Belgium 2-1 in the final to claim it. But where did Kobbie's England come through? They finished top of the group, only by goal difference or head-to-head, because all three of them finished on 6 points. And then in the quarterfinals, what is it with them just getting knocked down in the first round, eliminated to Hungary 2-1, and it's never coming home at this rate? I'm sorry, guys. It must be just Kobbie's curse. Now, England, Kobbie, he managed 4 appearances, no goals, no assists, nothing to report on, 2 yellow cards. So you know he's putting in that graft, he's putting in the grind, fighting for his life in midfield. Nevertheless, he's got a few seasons to put that all behind him before the 2030 World Cup. Our boy Mainoo, who's turned into a man, is now a multi-league champion, winning La Liga with Barcelona on the final day, 85 points over Real Madrid. But it's a routine league win. The Barcelona fans expect that, and in the Supercopa they lost out 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, so they couldn't go back-to-back in that department. Still unable to win any Spanish Cup silverware as they were knocked out in the round of 16, 4-3 to bitter rivals Espanyol, so that one's gotta hurt. Finished perfect on top, 18 points, 6 wins, Group F champions, took down PSV 5-1 on aggregate, and then in the quarters got taught a lesson by Pep City 4-1, so that wasn't a fun experience whatsoever, and then they went on to win the whole damn thing against Leverkusen in the final 3-2. Let's take a look and see what his progress is like. He's now the 3rd best player on the roster, the centre midfield. He's still one of the world's best and got a nice little +1 boost. Very minimal, but the 24-year-old, unfortunately, he's unhappy with his contract, so I want to fix that issue as soon as possible. And Spain, they love their release clauses, £353.6 million. You know what? Let's accept it and see if anyone takes the bait. He couldn't replicate double figures in both departments, only 5 goals and 15 assists. He's now crowned the best playmaker at Barca and managed 20 goal contributions in 47 appearances with an average match rating of 6.79 as we finally, 6 years in, get one maxed out stat, and that's stamina at 99. I want to shake things up, work on the defensive side of his game and go ball winning midfielder, and then if that just doesn't really have the desired effect, I'll probably switch it up to either centre midfield or balanced. Nah, it's getting to the stage now where you can't really convert him into any kind of position. I don't know, man. It's going to be hard to become the GOAT from centre mid, but our English superstar, he's going to give it a red hot crack. Now, would you give it up for the king? He's come through, conquered Spain, gone back-to-back in La Liga, and not only that, he's a centurion with 100 goals scored, 100 points, only 2 L's taken all year. That is some GOAT level activity right there, ladies and gentlemen. Real Madrid mind the gap, 18 points on your boy Mainoo, and in the Supercopa, they took that one home 4-1. Confident display against Athletic. Could it be a domestic cup treble? Well, it wasn't, as Sevilla took down Real Madrid on pens 4-3, so the Galacticos go trophyless, but they do get the last laugh, and an El Clasico elimination over in the quarters, and then the Champions League, where again they finish undefeated in the groups. Group B, 12 points to find themselves in the round of 16 with a 5-3 win against FC Midtjylland. Over in the quarterfinals, they took down Atletico Madrid 8-3 on aggregate. God damn. And then over in the semi-finals, PSG knocked them out 4-2 on aggregate, and it's the oil money derby in the final where PSG reign victorious 5-4 on penalties after a snooze fest. That was his best chance to win the Champions League with 2 different clubs. As it's 2030, it's a World Cup year. Could Mainoo be the key to football coming home? Let's find out. Again, he's the 5th highest goal scorer at the club, but this is his lowest production since like season 1. He's a key cog in the machine for sure, but it's only these like incremental +1 upgrades season on season. Now he's 25, approaching his prime. I'm not quite sure how to think about this, but 11 goal contributions in 45 appearances, maybe that's a little bit of a worrying sign. I might switch things up. I think we'll go centre midfield, increase that strength, get sprint speed and balance in the 90s, as a new attribute joins the 99 club, and that's short passing, which you'd expect because he's centre midfielder. With a £138 million market value, that release clause is still intact. As England call him up, of course, he doesn't have any injury woes, but this is the kind of team he's working with. If only they actually like play the best players. We need Tomori in the back line. We need Declan Rice at CDM. I mean, do I have to do Southgate's job for him or what? They've been drawn into Group B alongside Scotland, New Zealand, and the United States, so they should be walking this group. No problems here. They need that second world title if Mainoo actually wants to go down as the GOAT. Because right now, I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of fallen behind the pace a little bit. The bar is set up here, and he's kind of like teetering down here a little bit. Oh my days. What have the script writers cooked up for this one? 2030 World Cup, and Kobbie Mainoo has dragged England to the World Cup final. Not only the European champions, the 2026 world champions defending their crown, but also the country where he currently plays his football at. It is England versus Spain in the big dance, and here let's just go through the group stages as they finished out on top, undefeated with 7 points. Again, that was the expectation. They ended up with a big statement win 2-1 against France in the round of 16. Then in the quarters, just edged past Netherlands 1-0, getting those narrow victories, and then a 2-1 win versus the US. They've been grinding their way towards the final. A little bit of that UK-US rivalry doesn't go astray. Let's look at this Spain squad who have just dominated in these past like 5 years or so. Valde, Rodri still the captain, Gavi and Pedri running the midfield. Pretty much the entire core of Barcelona is there, so he's going to be facing a lot of his teammates here. They do look beatable. Besides that 90 rated midfield, I feel like England's attack is well equipped to deal with them. It's the biggest moment not only of Kobbie but all their careers combined. Obviously we still got that 2026 logo that is branded all over everywhere, but it is 2030. Let's jump to the tactical view and hope the boys get it done. And Bellingham driving forward. He's got support in the box, but he just wants to go himself. Hey, Jude strikes the woodwork. Now driving forward with Bellingham in support. Nice little 1-2. They've gone at it again, and I believe that is Marcus Rashford running into the mix, and he's unstoppable when he gets into the box. He's done it again for Mainoo in these big dance finals. He's scored in all of them, and these Manchester United youth products just showcase their skill. When they're needed most, they show up, and after what, 70 plus years of hurt, he's right now giving a whole nation hope. They want to go down as a special team. They want to go down as special players. And we're going to see big special plays unfold tonight to surgically unfold this England defense. And damn right they were close with a big Ramsdale save. Finds Rico Lewis on the end of the area. Bellingham now inside to Cole Palmer. And it's a 2v3v2. Cole Palmer slices it back to Rashford. He gets ankle tapped. Alexander-Arnold finds Mainoo, the number 22. Drives forward with the ball. And it's going straight at the Spaniards with Declan Rice in support. Bellingham. Rashford wants to pop another one from distance. And what is Spain doing right now? Oh my god, another moment where the second could have been found, but thankfully for Spain, the referee blows the halftime whistle. And there is still a lot left to play, a lot on the line. These next 45 minutes could shape Kobbie's legacy for the rest of his career. Kobbie now driving forward. He wants to start something, but needs to spot the run. And he spotted Saka, who gave it through to Rashford on the inside. And that's the perfect way to start this second half. In the World Cup final, Rashford's netted himself a double. And Kobbie was actually involved. And that goal was made in Manchester. You can really start to see the belief, the team chemistry on display. The absolutely brutal finishes that Rashford has been able to cook up. Unai Simon beat at his near post. And he's just trying to waste time. It's 67 minutes in. He's trying to waste time. But starting to get the party going again with Branthwaite now. He is outnumbered. Ansu Fati sneaks up on him like a librarian. And now Ferran Torres, top goal scorer for Barcelona. But that was a poor delivery. Back inside to Ansu Fati, who wants to pull the trigger. But Rodri might have to now. On the edge of the area, they're teasing. And Pedri now slots through to Ansu Fati, and you just knew that was going to happen. It's coming, and Spain are actually motivated to get this one back. No over-the-top celebrating here. And 2030, they ain't playing around. And now Ansu Fati's put them back in their place. They've made a substitution here. A bit more of an attacking-minded midfielder with Gabri Vega coming on. He needs to cut it back. Mainoo's there in support, but he's going to do it himself. He runs around 3 Spanish defenders. Mainoo on the edge of the area. Didn't pull the trigger. He does the team thing. I swear they're gonna regret these chances, boys. Swings the ball inside from the set piece. It's a free shot for Declan Rice, who tried to do a bicycle kick. What is he thinking? Can Declan Rice find him? No, he's going to lose out possession and expose them to the counter-attack. And here goes nothing for Spain. They're throwing everything at us. And it's going to be a late heartbreak. Can they send it into extra time? Pedri over to Ferran Torres, who cuts back. England are defending like their lives depend on it. Like the world title depends on it. And Gavi, just like that, sends it into extra time. I swear they've had 2 shots on target this whole entire game, but they've been clinical. And when they've moved forward, they've moved with motion. That is so clutch from Gavi. Look at this, man. No one's marking him. Free space. And then just decides to caress it and drive it into the top right corner. I didn't see this twist coming. I don't know if I can make any tactical changes or anything. Maybe take off Rico Lewis, replace him with Colwill, James Maddison, but Palmer's been involved. It's just the stamina issue I'm worried about. Can they last? We are in for one hell of a ride. Who to pick out as Tomori finds Bellingham. Now, Maddison, fresh off the bench, wanted to make the super sub impact. Back on over to Rice. Now Rashford, he's on 2, and he wants a 3rd. He wants a World Cup final hat-trick like Mbappe in 2022. He has done it 8 years later in 2030. Marcus Rashford out of nowhere. He has had the game of his life. He can retire after this now if he wins the World Cup for England, when no one else would stand up. He drove his way through the Spanish defense. Step over here. A little bit of a skillful move there. It's a World world-class goal from Marcus Rashford and a piece of individual brilliance to get England the third and potentially the winner. You know what? Let's go park the bus, boys. Oh, what did I do? I just changed the camera angle. I don't want this camera angle. And this is where England get to really strut their stuff with Colwill moving forward now. There's no care or defense. Rashford wants 4 goals. Mainoo right behind Colwill, but he decides to pull the trigger as a left back. Oh no, they're left exposed on the left. Why did Colwill move up front? We had it on ultra defensive. What is he doing? Colwill might have cost them the World Cup. And in the final few minutes, Spain get one back again. What was Levy Colwill doing pushed up that far when all they had to do was defend for like 3 more minutes, left the entire back line exposed, and Carmelo got the job done, did the business one-on-one with Ramsdale. Levy Colwill, brother. Ultra defensive, and you're pulling off that kind of shit. Come on. Pens it is to decide this World Cup final. I didn't want it to come down to this, but here we are. And we know England's record with penalties, guys. Remember the last time they won a final when it went down to penalties? I'm scared. Is Marcus Rashford going to convert his penalty? And he does. What a finish. I don't know how to get the other view, but we've got Spain converting theirs. It's 1-1. The penalties are moving quickly, and Saka needs to convert. He does. Bottom right-hand corner. And here we go for Ferran Torres v Ramsdale. He slots that one home. It's 2 apiece. Successful so far. James Maddison off the bench, bottom right, does his job. Sunset off the bench for Spain, and he gets that again. No keeper been able to make a save. Everyone been on point so far. Declan Rice, don't let me down, and he does a Panenka. All right, brother, you don't have to be that cool with it. The aura is oozing right now, and again, these penalties are perfect. What can I say? Bellingham now up for it. Surely you won't miss. Jude Bellingham, top right-hand corner. This is the big one. If Spain miss this, I think they're finished. I think they're done. It is Carmelo, the man who scored the last minute goal in extra time to make it 3-3, and he makes no mistake. These keepers don't really know how to save a penalty, do they? Kobbie Mainoo hasn't been up for it, but he might have to because it's 6-5 in the shootout. Gabri Vega up to take it, and Ramsdale's not even moving. I think this is Kobbie Mainoo. This is your moment, lad. Kobbie gets it done. I thought he missed that for a second. And here we go. Another chance for Spain. They need to score this. Let's see how Gavi does it, and he sends Ramsdale the wrong way. We're going to be here all night. Oh my God. Come on. Who's this? Levy Colwill. Okay, redeemed himself after letting us concede the third. We're going to go down to the keepers if he does. That looked like the slowest penalty of all time. How's he converted that? Anyway, Branthwaite up to the spots. Who is it this time? Zubeldia to convert for Spain. He needs to put this one through. And these keepers, did they practice penalties? Anyway, Tomori now. Clearly Unai Simon did. And now the first missed penalty of the night goes to Fikayo Tomori. And now it's Balde who can win it for Spain. Can Ramsdale pull something out the hat and save England? No, he can't. No, he can't. And what a penalty shootout. I mean, are you serious? I'm lost for words, guys. Kobbie Mainoo, they fumbled another major final on penalties. This time, the best one of them all, the World Cup. Entertaining for the neutral, but England fans must be reveling right now. The English tears are flowing. The salt, I can taste it from here. Not to rub salt in the wounds, guys. I don't want to be that guy, but this is what Kobbie could have been lifting if they eventually change this camera angle. And there it is, a golden opportunity gone to waste. It looks exactly like it did in FIFA's gone by, if not better. It looks like it's glowing. The golden glow. 30 years of hurt, might as well chop that up to 80. Levy Colwill, I'm sad to say, you're now public enemy number 1 in the streets. There you have it. I mean, there are other players, there are other attacking powerhouses in the team. 7 appearances, 1 assist, and Rashford there, that hat-trick in the final got him up to 5 goals. And we're minutes away from actually becoming world champions, but it wasn't to be. This is going to be one major hurdle to get over. I don't know how he or we as a collective can recover after that dramatic World Cup final, but Season 8 low-key kind of feels like a little bit of a filler season. 1 point away from being back-to-back Centurions, back-to-back champions. They are clearly the best team in Spain. In the semi-finals, lost out in the Supercopa, and then in the Copa del Rey, which they are still yet to win. Kobbie can't get any more trophies in the cabinet with a 4-3 loss to Real Betis in the round of 32. It is heartbreak. Semi-finals heartbreak, which makes it even worse. Against Milan, 3-1 on aggregate in the Champions League, which is back-to-back years of semi-final losses. After finishing undefeated in the group, 10 points on top of the table with a 5-2 demolition job against Juve, and then the quarterfinals with a 3-0 comeback leg against Arsenal. It all fell to pieces against the Rossoneri, and it's back to the start, back to the drawing board. The UCL dream is kind of on here at Barca, but the stats showcase otherwise. In terms of his personal growth and development, for the first time in his career, hasn't improved whatsoever. Maybe 92 is that ceiling. He's still one of the world's best, about to be in his prime, and he's not the midfielder midfield enforcer. He's not that dominant central midfielder as Pedri, their homeboy, their La Masia Youth Academy graduate. He's obviously going to be more of the fan favorite and just Lil Bros him in terms of, you know, Spain winning the World Cup final against them. So he's got that over him, and he's kind of a big fish in a big pond. Only 2 goals and 6 assists. He dips even lower. 8 goal contributions, 52 appearances in all competitions. But I just see stagnation, chat. I don't see the real reason staying at Barca. I don't know. We'll see. No one's really activated his release clause. We're going to switch things up and leave it on balanced. And after 3 years of conquering in Spain, I think he's just hungry for a new challenge. A new project to sink his teeth into and take his career up to the next level. Okay, the first few bites of the Mainoo cherry are starting to approach this summer, and the sharks are circling. We've got both Juve and Juventus throwing in offers with an £171.7 million bid from the Parisians, but I'm more leaning towards this Juve deal, which involves another one of these Frosinone loan boys. It's Caio Jorge, Brazilian striker, also involved in this trade deal, which I'm going to accept because I feel like I've just gone to PSG way too many times in like FC24. Let's test Kobbie out in Italy and see if he can adjust his game to the Italian style and kind of reshape his career a touch. Alright, there's your confirmation. The deal's gone through. I see a juiced up Joelinton and I'm already scared. Captain Joelinton replaced by a 92 rated Kobbie Mainoo. This is actually a system which he hasn't played in before, this little 3-5-2. Him and Valverde running the show in the middle of the park, this could be a treat. And obviously he's stealing the captain's armband off Rovella and he's getting some set piece duties to his name. This time in Italy, instead of his black Adidas gloves, he's bringing out the white Michael Jackson gloves. Now let's roll on the Italian job. Finally, a little bit of good news. We've had Kobbie Mainoo's inauguration. His debut season in Italy, and he's taken home and captained the side to a Coppa Italia win, albeit a 1-0 scrappy display against Parma in the final, but hey, a win's a win. You gotta beat who's in front of you. They were involved in the Super Cup as they lost out in the semi-finals 3-2 to Milan, as over in the league it was a 6-point gap between them and hated rivals Inter, as they just seem to be the behemoth that no one can really tame or control. Now over in the Champions League, they made it through second in Group G, qualifying through to the round of 16. Oh no, they lost 3-2 against Chelsea, so it's another failed European campaign from Mainoo. He just can't win it without United. It's going to be the Euros, and did England qualify? Yes, they did, over in Group C alongside Belgium, Poland and Denmark, so that is definitely a tricky group with a nice little juicy +2. Maybe it like reinvigorated him. In copping these upgrades, there you have it, one of the world's best 27, standing at a 94 rating. He's like peak Messi and Ronaldo type overall. Nevertheless, we take a look, and for the first time, okay, he's back up, back in the green, and also double figures in both departments, which he's only been able to do twice. 26 goal contributions in 52 appearances in all competitions. This is looking promising. The white gloves suit him. The captain's armband suits him. The number 8 just fits like a glove. As ball control and long pass also join the 99 attributes club. He's pushing the boundaries, valued at upwards of £175.5 million. It'd be a travesty not to see him win another UCL title or take home something with England, because this would be a wasted career trophy-wise if he keeps this rate of fumbling up. Now this, my friends, is huge. This right here is the big kahuna, and in the 2032 Euros, England facing Denmark and battling it out for that thing right there. In Group C, they actually finished second, and they actually had Denmark in the Group 2 who topped it. It's a little bit of a group stage rematch, but in the quarterfinals, progressing through, they did take down Croatia 2-0, and in the semis, they got their penalty shootout redemption, winning 6-5 v Portugal, eliminating the demons of the 2030 World Cup. And now, here is how they're lining up. For some reason, I think Marcus Rashford might have retired from international duty. Now we have a guy called French up top, so that's what the three lines are dealing with right now. A complete bunch of mid-strikers. They've caught up 5 strikers to the national team, yet we have to rely on a Frenchman up top to do the business. Yeah, who would have thought? They've got Rasmus Højlund leading the line for them up front, the former Ballon d'Or winner back in Mainoo's United days. Then we have Isaacson, Darami joining him on the wings. If they contain Højlund, I think that's half the battle won, to be fair. I don't want to discredit them because obviously they're on a miracle run, but I just want to quick sim this one. I don't trust the visual sim whatsoever. Let's see what plays out here, and oh, you can't write it. No! Cometh the hour, cometh the hero, cometh the man Kobbie Mainoo with a 106 extra time minute winner. The captain comes up with a captain's goal and got himself a 7.8 match rating. Got himself a yellow card too. Lucky not to be sent off, but there you have it. Football has finally come home since 1966. So what year are we in now? 2032. You do the math. And oh, it just looks oh so good. He just looks like he's got all the confidence, all the aura in the world as he sits smug in that press conference room, but boy, he deserves it. I think that is such a weight lifted off his shoulders. Now it's time to get these club duties out the way and finish off with, hey, who knows, a treble? Has he been able to pull the strings and operate like a top functioning player? And there he is on top of the Italian table, Serie A champion, 88 points, bringing Juve back to the top, and he collects yet another piece of silverware. In the Supercoppa again, they lose out in the semi-finals to Milan in a 7-goal thriller. It's a Tim Pot trophy anyway. We don't really want to be winning those Super Cups. It's the Coppa Italia where it comes in clutch, because a 4-1 demolition job of Inter, they taught them a lesson. Mainoo is on a mission and they've gone back to back in the Coppa. The Champions League saw them struggle. 5 draws in the group stage against Tim Pot opposition. That was an easy group, but they somehow scraped their way out, progressing through to the round of 16 where they absolutely tore Man City to shreds. Mainoo got back at his old rivals and returned to Manchester as an absolute Chad. Over in the quarters, Juve v Barcelona, and they ended up winning 3-1 on pens after it finished 2-2 against his former club, and then against his former club's biggest rival, Real Madrid, where again, Juve and Real have a lot of history together in the Champions League. A 4-3 aggregate win. To see them not face Brentford, but it be the same opposition where Kobbie won his first Champions League title with United. It's Borussia Dortmund back again here in 2033 in what could be yet another golden opportunity for Mainoo to take home a treble. I recognise that Greco guy from the United Youth Academy. They've got Vermeeren. He's old. Oh my god, they've just poached Manchester United players. Darwizzy Núñez up front, but Vermeeren is their captain. His ex-partner in midfield. The player who he grew with. It's like a brother to him. Now they're facing off in one of the biggest games of their careers. And oh my... the game's at Old Trafford again. The stars are really aligning for this one, but you can see this Juventus team we've built. I've decided to reunite him with Rashford, so that's why we've got him going on the left. Now, in potentially one of the last biggest games of his career that we're going to watch, I want to actually see the visual sim play out and then jump in just in case we need to sort a few things out. I also want to play with him in his prime, and it looks like we're going to have to sort a few things out because in the first 5 minutes, Sarkisian gets the goal for Dortmund. There we go. There's the equalizer. Matthias Süle, you can always count on him. Brings Juve level in the 27th minute, and we're back on, baby. I don't know why Mainoo's not the captain. How did that change? I literally did not change anything. Now I'm going to have to sort that out behind the scenes, but here we go. They might be in with a second here in Juve. It's Kobbie Mainoo this time. The number 8 in the 33rd minute comes up trumps, and this time scores in a Champions League final. Here we have it then. Kobbie in the box. Kobbie's got a double. And Mainoo, I've never seen a guy so locked in my life. And he just loves coming up with clutch big goals now. At the later stages of his career, he's turned from a midfield general to a midfield master. And calling all the shots by the looks of things, it's 4. Hey, Shearer on the 51st minute. Perfect way to start the second half. And they look like they're cruising to a European victory. Oh, there's a goal. 4-2. They brought one back. Half the deficit. Livramento. It's game on. Oh, no. Bumba. It is 4-3. And this lead is slipping by the minute. And I might just have to jump in. I don't even care at this point. Oh, no. It's 4-4. Greco. This can't be real. This can't be real. From 4-1 up, they were cruising to victory. And this could be the choke of the century. I'm jumping in. We got to defend this. I am taking matters into my own hands again. No.
Denied.
Oh my god, that is a save of the century. Just get it out. Get it out.
Huh?
Alright, we've made our changes. It's extra time. Kobbie for the hat-trick. Oh, the assist was nearly there. The referee calls it there, and it's spot kicks. Now, I can't be trusted with penalties, so we're going to have to leave it to the CPU again. It's out of my control. Kobbie, it's down to you, lad. Rally the troops. Here we go. First pen. How many penalty shootouts do I have to endure? But Restes with the perfect start. Now can Rashford slot one away with all his experience? Obel, what a save, man. This is a joke. Oh my god, Restes again. No one's converted. Willie Orban now up to the plate. And finally, we've got our first. It's advantage Juve, but anything can happen. What a pen. As Matthias Soule, he missed a penalty on the weekend and he misses one here. And we both missed a penalty. That was a terrible pen and somehow went in. Can he slot this one away? And he does comfortably. Lulu, the defender, up to take one. And Restes couldn't get down low enough. Hobel versus, I thought it was going to be Mainoo. Why is it Huizen? All right, then the Dutchman. Watch him fumble. Watch him let us down. Of course he did. Like, of course. 4-1 up. 4-1 up. And you're going to do that again. How many penalty shootout L's do we have to take? Kobbie, he's had enough. He can't deal with it anymore. And Dortmund get their revenge. However many years later after that Old Trafford defeat, Mainoo, you're just cursed from the spot, lad. I didn't even have the option to edit the penalty taker order or anything. If I could, I would, but he just didn't want to take it for some reason. He's never been known for his dead ball accuracy. That final will be talked about for quite some time. It's like he can't win it without United. It's a curse that can't be lifted. He's top of the list at 28, still in his prime. I could go for probably another 5 seasons. I could go to the end of career mode in 55 appearances, 8 goals and 13 assists, including that goal in the Champions League final. 21 goal contributions in all competitions. It would have been the picture perfect, the picturesque way to go out. Lifting the Champions League at a different club at his old stomping ground, but it wasn't to be. And he finishes off with a transfer market value of £183.5 million. He finished out with 4 maxed out attributes, all at 99. Stamina, ball control, short pass, long pass. Every single category in the green. How we like it. Yeah, lads, I couldn't resist. We're back again for the final swan song. The last dance, Mainoo's farewell. After all the bottle jobs, I'm giving him one last chance. But first, in season 11, the World Cup year, let's see what kind of scenario we've gotten ourselves into. He's bottled the league by 1 point to Inter, so that's always a great sign. Runners-up couldn't defend the league title, but they did come home with the EA Sports FC Super Cup. So add that one to the resume as we go on over to the Coppa Italia. They couldn't retain that either. But the one final last bastion that Kobbie can show up in is the Champions League final 2034. He's going to have his 3rd crack at it. And again, it's a rematch versus BVB. How much more heartbreak can this man take? Like, how good are these guys? Like, to reach 2 Champions League finals in a row, I would have thought, like, they've had some superpower talents in their squad. They're just an average team, like Darwizi Nunes up front and an 80 rated striker Kristovic. They've got Bumba on the left who scored in us, and everywhere I look, it's just average. They're tournament specialists. They're European night specialists. I don't know how to put it, but this is an extremely beatable squad. I just don't even know what to think anymore. But it's all come down to this, and it's Mainoo versus Vermeeren in that midfield battle. It's going to be special. It's going to be one to remember. And is it going to be 3rd time lucky? We're going to quick sim this one, and there we have it. He has the final say, the last laugh. Kobbie Mainoo with the winner in a professional, in a comfortable 2-0 win. Let's see him do it. He always shows up in the big games. He loves a big cup final. We're going to take a look at his season 11 stats just to see how what good a form he's going into for this World Cup campaign. Yeah, he's getting outperformed by Nicolo Rovella in midfield, so I'm not quite sure how much we should read into that, but 53 appearances in all comps, 3 goals and 6 assists, 9 goal contributions for the 95 rated centre mid. We've got Mainoo's 3 Lions trying to bring football home for about the 87th time in a row. 5-star outfit, 88 rated attack, 90 midfield. The defense lets them down, but it's still passable. And this is what they are drawn into here in Group A. They've got Denmark, Northern Ireland, and New Zealand. So I see no problems there, but it's what happens in the knockouts because that is where they choke. It's all come down to this. Oh, the career mode scriptwriters, I see what you're cooking. Don't make me regret doing one final bonus season. It doesn't get much bigger than this. The rivalry runs deep with these two. It is England taking on Argentina for the world title. They ended up top in the group equally on 7 points with Denmark, and then they qualified out to face Ghana in the round of 16 where they only narrowly made it out 2-1 against the Africans. And then in the quarterfinals, facing Poland, they got a nice comfortable 2-0 win. And then against the Netherlands, their first real test of the entire tournament, they got taken to pens and didn't crumble under the pressure. 5-4 win. Saw them grab their ticket for the World Cup final. This is where Kobbie needs to come into his own, as this starting lineup from Argentina has absolutely absolutely fire. That front three is going to send shockwaves down the system. That English defense needs to be ready because Matias Soler, Julian Alvarez, and Garnacho, I already know they're going to cause an abundance of problems. And considering their track record in international finals, we might be in for a long night. You'd have to not be human to not get pumped for this because it's the perfect scenario. World Cup final, world title on the line at Wembley, on home soil. This is the moment to shine, if it ever was, to fight the demons and get revenge for 2030's fumble in front of your own fans, in front of the nation, in front of the world. This blockbuster event is going to be the finale of this epic career sim. Come on, Mainoo, show us why you're the GOAT.
A few moments later.
Ooh, that was a rash challenge from Bellingham. Referee, please don't send him off. The first tackle of the game, first minute of the game. And don't you dare. Don't you dare. In the fourth minute, cops are he wasn't going anywhere. Bellingham, what are you doing, son? He's just taken out his legs. The man could have been killed. If that isn't match fixing, I don't know what is. It's going to have to be a minor miracle if they want to get a result out of tonight. It is 10-man England who have pushed forward. They want to get revenge for that red card. Saka pulls through. Foden, offside flag stays down. And what a response. After going down to 10 men. Lovely little combination down that right flank. How many more plot twists can a man take? Outside the box, it's Savadira. Who the hell are you? It's a regen. Enzo. Back outside to Garnacho. But Miles with a big boy save. Garnacho trying to find that killer instinct, the killer ball to split open this England defense. And it might be that one there, but Miles again. Where did this guy come from? Mainoo now on the set piece. What can he whip up? A nice little delivery there. And a free header for Gray off the line. Finds in Alvarez 1 minute of added time. It would be a complete disaster if they conceded right here. Matias Soler. But bloody Miles in between the sticks. Who is he? Got Spider-Man in between the sticks. He might as well change his name to Morales. It depends. How long can this England defense and England team hold out for? Down to 10 men, and now Almada wants revenge. But if it wasn't for Miles, they'd be like 5-1 down right now. Oh no, Rico Lewis loses it in a dangerous area. Now the right hand flank is exposed, and it's flashbacks of 2030's World Cup final, but Rubio misses it. Didn't read the script. I feel like Colwell needs a redemption arc after 2030, so 4 subs at once. Clear. And why is Rico Lewis just running forward at every chance he gets? Headed that out. Mainoo, close him down! It was coming. It was coming. It was always on the cards. And that's what you get for not clearing your lines properly, boys. You learn that at Sunday League. And then Miles just can't keep making saves to bail them out. It is game on. And now the subs finally kicking. Cold Palmer, Illing Jr., Gray coming off. We need some fresh legs out there. They never want to do it the easy way, do they? They never want to finish the job in 90 minutes. It's always some extra time shenanigans. Cole Palmer lets through Saka. There's a few men free in the box, but he opts for the big cross at the back stick, and Colwell. And now Mainoo on the set piece. When is going to end, Robbie? Just put it in, Saka! I don't know how you England fans do it. Oh, no. They don't write scripts like these. Miles has to palm away for a corner. Enzo was lurking. Val's and Lua. Now for the counter-attack, Mainoo. Back inside to Illing Jr. Someone get it clear. Why is he playing around with it? Farias with the chance to win it. You can't write it. You cannot write this. Just clear the ball. Just clear the... What are you doing playing around with it? He just didn't clear his line. Gave it straight to Farias. He might as well have gifted him an early Christmas present whilst he was at it. You might as well kick it in for him if you're going to set him up like that. Facundo Farias in the 119th minute to break Kobbie Mainoo's international career and tear it to shreds. How can you be a GOAT without lifting the World Cup? I'm sorry. It's over. It's all over. And if you wanted more drama, if you wanted more of the storyline, I know the feeling all too well. And the world champion crown slips from their fingertips again. Did Mainoo go ghost in the final? It didn't help with that Bellingham red card. 6.5 average match rating. He might as well just damn set the record for how many big game finals he's lost. Season 11, was it worth one last final dance? Was it worth going through more pain and suffering with the 3 Lions just to see this 2034 World Cup play out? Let me me know down in the comments below. And let me know your thoughts on Mr. Mainoo's legacy. Do you think that's GOAT worthy? Do you think that's GOAT status? I know centre mids and midfielders in general aren't really rated as high as attackers and wingers, but it is what it is. But that 95 overall, it's got to speak for something. He won on both club and national level, and he's going to go down as one of the best midfield generals to ever do it, and a saviour that Manchester United desperately need right now. Do you think he'll be able to achieve this in real life? What is really his ceiling? Got a bright future ahead of him, and he's definitely not going to be that Dele Alli type of failed wonder kid. Mark my words. As always, if you made it this far and went on to enjoy the video, make sure to drop the video a like down below. Who should we make the GOAT next? Subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any content coming in 2024. But as always, I've been your boy Sir BCHD. Have a great day, take care, and I'll catch you all in the very next video. Bye bye.